Okay. Hello, 7K. It doesn't matter if you're a new member, if you've been in for 6 months, you've been in for 5.5 years, you've been in from the inception. What I'm about to train you on today is an update. It's a previous training. In fact, I actually updated this in May of 2022, but because we've had change, it needs to be updated. But it's one of the most important trainings, and people just don't catch. And so, and I know it hasn't been caught because I've been training it for years. And now many people, especially some of the leaders and some of the newer people that's been in just a year, they're starting to realize, oh, this is important. How do we train others? What do we? Well, I'm laying down that training. Okay. And hopefully, this would be the last one I need to do for a while until the company institutes true auto renewals. Right now, they don't, and they've never had true auto renewals. Renewing on your anniversary date, the date you signed in, and then 1 year later, the computer automatically renews you. They've never done that. And just a little backdrop on history, it's always been done. If you did not renew in the month that your renewal was due, the company processed it automatically on the first of the day of the workday of the following month in which you were due to renew, i.e., if you were due to renew on August 4th, that date's passed. You did not personally click, you did not click on auto renew, then the company is going to renew you on September 1st. And here's some problems with this. What if those people have been prospected, they don't understand what you and I understand about the value of the membership, they joined, and then they just never really kicked in, they didn't even own board, all kind of things. But that's a renewal that really won't happen, because when they see that process on their credit card, they immediately contact the company and they say, I don't want to renew. And then they're canceled. And then that is a reverse charge, and that doesn't show up when you've got all these points. It shows up your following week, when that's one of the lowest weeks of activity of auto renewals, of people renewing themselves, or people doing their auto savers, and you got new people joining. Well, you got a minus 150 with a plus 150, bingo, it's like zero. But you had a month or a week, the previous week, in which you had the highest amount of points coming up, and some of them may have flushed because you were just an associate and you had 850 points or 1,200 points, and you only earned a $500 check, and all that volume got flushed because you had a whole bunch of auto savers, and you had new people joining, and then the renewals happened to you, and you didn't get paid on that. Well, this is why this is a leadership thing. So even if your leaders aren't teaching you this, you can get them to watch this, so it optimizes the checks of the individuals, the associates, the members, the people who are building. This doesn't affect me. I've shown y'all over this past year, I've got more points on my pay side than I get paid on. So what I'm teaching you doesn't make me another penny, but it is meant to make the associate more money. And you do that through education, through knowledge, just all the things I teach. So let's get to renewals. Updated 2022 renewals. And the reason I have to do this is because the company uh, uh, has even changed that old policy where they were going to, well, that you can't renew anytime early, where previously we could renew a year early. We could renew 12 months early. It just extend our membership. The points would post, and that means we could get whatever is at that renewal, and we can actually optimize our check. We managed our own renewals, even if they were new. We knew we were going to stay in 7K, so we renewed a year, 2 years early. Now we got some of us that we're not due to renew until 2025, okay, because we were renewed those so many times. So the company stopped that from happening, okay. Understandable. Now, because things are going to change, and so they're obligated to that contract of when a person renewed because it was available. Okay, now, so they made it so we could not renew earlier than 30 days, but it was still the same concept. You had to renew, and you could renew early only 30 days before your anniversary date. So if your anniversary date is, let's say, August 30th, you could start renewing on August 1st. Well, that's no longer available anymore. And the renew now button only appeared in the month that you were due to renew. In other words, 30 days before. Well, that's changed again. So mark this down. Understand how you renew by the company. In your profile section, when you log into your profile, that's where you see where your username is, who your sponsor, what rank you are, how many days active you've been, where you have your holding tank. That's your profile page. And so on that, you have a membership, and you can have options to renew. I'm going to show you these things. I'm going to show pictures of these things, and I'm going to put them up there. But when you are doing that, you're going to see that there's no renew now button. It's just going to tell you what your current membership is, and what your next auto renewal membership will be, and your anniversary date. Okay, your anniversary date, regardless of when you renew, on what day you renew, never changes. Listen, your anniversary date never changes. It always stays the same. So the renew now button will only show up when you can renew early. Now, why is that important? And why is that important to everybody? Look, when you're coming up on your first year renewals in particular, how would all of you like to get the same check you got before last year? All everybody has to do is just renew now. You're going to get those same checks that you got last year, or when in the beginning year. Same thing for everybody year to year. But actually, those that are in the business longer than a year and 2 years, if you are doing what I am teaching you, and you're actually working with the people on your pay side, so you don't have to worry about your bank side. You need to worry about your pay side, and that's your only job. And then leaders, your job is to point that out to people in your pay side, and then point it out to the leaders in your bank side, so they can they can duplicate this process. Oh, how about this? We're talking about just some skills and techniques, part of the SATs, some skills and techniques that you've got to learn and do. And that's what we're doing. So the company will not allow a person to renew until 15 days before their anniversary date. So that's when the renew now button pops into their back office on their profile page. Okay. Now, why is this important? Well, a couple of reasons. Number one, you don't get any points posted to your left or right side on your renewal. Just like when you join, you didn't get any membership point. Those points only post up, just like a brand new membership will. But so that's why I encourage you to your sponsor, your sponsor's leader, whoever contacts you, they're doing this training. So whoever contacts you and say, hey, Jim, go in your back office, click renew now, please. Well, you're helping them. You're going to renew now anyway. So if they contact you, do it. It don't hurt you. You're going to have to do it. Well, this is where it also puts you in an engagement mode about your finances. So if you already know about this in advance, so it's not going to be a shocker and you can plan it. So let's get to some specifics. And then I'm going to show you screenshots and share. I'm going to show you things that you can see with this and examples, but I want to talk about them first, so you can play and replay this until you understand it without seeing pictures. So those of you, let's give an illustration right now. August, we have renewals. We have a lot of renewals due. And so throughout my whole left and right teams, and so same as on yours, maybe not as many, but if you have your auto saver set for the 16th, for the 15th, well, and you're due to renew in August, well, you got two expenditures occurring in August. And sometimes people kind of reach their limit on their credit card. Sometimes people don't have enough funds in their Sound Money wallet to pay for their renewal and their auto saver. So both things hit them at the same time. Well, we want people to be aware of this, that it's no shock, and to be able to manage it properly. So let's give this example. You are on auto saver on the 15th. That's what it said. And you need to be on auto. You need your auto saver to process for you to stay active. And because you got points, you want to keep making checks, you want to do all the right things. Yeah. Well, here's your prime example to change your auto saver date and save some money. Now, who isn't interested in saving some money? Well, if you're due to renew even on August the 28th, on August the 13th, today, you can renew now. So don't process your auto saver on the 15th and then the company renew you, and then 15 days later on September 15th, you're going to do another auto saver. So that's two auto savers and a renewal. Oh, let's save you some money and let's do some extensions. Go into your back office. If nobody's contacted you like they should have, well, you're managing your funds now. So see, it's important to you too. Go in and today you click on renew now. That makes you active for 32 more days. See? And then you delete your auto saver for the 15th and you change it to the 8th. Now you get to change it to the best date to process auto savers, 8th, 21st, 26th. And on the 15th, 2 days later, it's not going to process that auto saver because you just changed it. You deleted it and added one to the 8th. Now, you're not going to miss out because the program that 7K has, you're going to get the next thing. They're sending multiples. And so they already have logged in what you've received and what your next up is going to get. So you're not even going to miss out on one of your collections, the next thing. So that's how you save and manage your funds. Now, your autosaver is not going to process until almost a full month away from the date that you auto renewed. And that can be true for any week. Let's say if you have your autosaver on the 21st, that's a great time. But you're due to renew in August. Well, hey, that's the time to delete your autosaver for the 21st, renew on the 20th of August. Let's say you were due to renew on August the 1st. Well, you didn't do it. You plan this out, that you know you're going to change your autosaver and you're going to renew, count that as your activity, and you renew now on the 20th because your renew now button's in there. It stays in there until the company auto renews you manually on the 1st of the following month. And so you renew now on the 20th of August. When the 21st is over, past you on the 22nd, you go back into your profile, you add back in your autosaver to the 21st. Now, those that are in the upline, those that are in the support group, the leadership group, the sponsor, you're going to see they took away their auto renewal. Okay, well, that's okay. You help remind them to go back in and put it back in. Don't let that happen where they coming up and they forgot. So see, it's a teamwork business. So now let me give you some examples. One other main thing of impact is that if let's say you're building, you've been in for a year. Okay, now it starts your year renewal, or y'all been in for 2 years, you're on your 2nd year of renewal. This is important. Go into your back office, go to your Downline Explorer, okay, it pulls up everybody in your left and right teams, and then click on inactive. So you want both actives and inactives. You want everybody that's a member, because everybody comes up for renewal. Doesn't matter if they're active or inactive. And then go down and select who is going to renew soon. Okay, that report is going to be a rolling 30 days from today to 30 days out. It's going to show you everybody that's due to renew. Okay, and you'll see a number up there. So let me show you the significance of that. And if you got 200 renewals due in your group, 200 renewals, well, you know, you got a 50 point and 150. Let's use averages so we understand impact. 100 points times 200 is 20,000 points. And y'all know points are dollars. So don't want those points coming up so they maximize checks for you and your people on your team. Well, you got to manage them. Okay, what if you only have 20 renewals due? With 20 times 100 is 2,000 points. If they're all coming up on the same week, like the 1st of the month, that's when all the autosavers are. That's when everybody, you're still building. All those points are flushed. You don't get paid on them. You only get paid on your rank points. Maybe you're copper. Well, all you can get paid is $1,000. And you got 2,200 points came up this week on your pay side. Well, sorry. You didn't manage your business. You didn't pay attention to these little tiny things that you need to do, skills, techniques. And I'm teaching you. Same thing to those of you trying to make an income and build a big residual. See, it's incumbent upon you to even do this more. Okay, let me show you how to do this. I'm about to share my screen. We're going to look at a few things. Okay. And so part of looking at things is number one, when you go into your back office, I'm going to go into, I've got to find my back office around here somewhere if I can find it. Okay, we go into the Downline Explorer. Okay, I'm not going into mine. I'm going to go into Pamela's. Okay, and I've already done this, and I pulled up her Downline Explorer. Okay, and I look, and so she's got members. I got her active and inactive done, and so let's kind of look. See, this is the 13th. This is not the month of August. Okay, and so in Pamela's, we're gonna ask the question, who is renewing soon? So you can see what I'm talking about. Who is renewing soon? Well, she at the next 30 days. See, we already know that from August the 1st to August the 13th today, none of those are in here. Those are also renewing right now, this month. They're going to renew on the 1st, and a whole bunch of these are too. But let me just give you the magnitude of that. 301 of those are renewing this month. 100 points times that is 30,100 points coming up on renewals if they all renew. Well, what if only half of them renew? Well, our percentages are greater than that. But what if only half of them renew? Would that be 150? 150, that's 15,000 points. But it could be a lot more than that. If you got a lot more premiums renewing than you have standards renewing, then it's going to be more than that. So you understand the importance. This is how you manage it. Okay. You click on your right side. Okay. And now, because that's her pay side. Okay. So that's the side you want to manage and you look at, and you want to look again. You have to ask again, who's renewing now? So on her pay side, because she doesn't max every week, she maxes twice a month. Okay. So what do you think those dates are? Yeah, the 1st and the 15th. Okay. Because now, so those 38 members, we would like them when Pamela, we call them, hey, renew this week. Okay, that'd be good, because it'll help Pamela to optimize her check on the 8th, the 21st, and the 26th. Why let them all go to the 1st when they're going to renew and it's going to cost them more money? And sometimes they have an auto renewal on the 1st, and then all of a sudden here they weren't planning on the renewal and they got both of them hitting them on the same day. And a lot of people, sometimes it doesn't process. They don't have that room, and not everybody, but a few people. So we avoid those consequences, those things that are happening, and it gives you every one of them. But you see this thing called download CSV? Well, you'll click on that, and what's going to happen, it's going to give you a report. Okay, now you don't need the one for your whole group. You only need on your pay side. Okay, that's all you need, because that's all you're concerned about working. Other people on your bank side, they will be doing this on their pay side, so they should be doing it, but you be letting them know about this training and to watch it. Okay, let me show you what that CSV report looks like, and because the way you want to do that is at the beginning of every month. So on August 31st, you want to go in and you want to look on your pay side. You want to have active and inactive, and you want to download that CSV report. Oh, this is what you get. You get the name of everybody for the whole next 30 days. So that's your renewal list. That's your work list. That you get told everybody in your group that is due renewal. Well, we did this for Pamela for the month of August. And so we know even people that it tells you everything. It tells you, look, I sponsored Tiffany. So it's down there. So I know that Tiffany's due renewal, and I know her renewal date is the 28th. Now you can't see it here, her anniversary date, but when you expand it, you can. You get to see their anniversary date, their renewal, the last time they were active. So I know that Tiffany is on the 15th for her auto renewal. Well, I'm going to be calling Tiffany today for Pamela, and I'm going to say, hey, Tiffany, you don't want your auto renewal. You want to extend your go ahead and renew, because I know you're going to renew, and then change your auto saver to the 8th, and don't process it on the 15th. Hello. Now we killed two birds with one stone. Okay. And everybody can do this same thing, but you also know everybody that's in it that are due to renew. That's your work list for the month. Okay. Now, some of you only have one or two, but that's okay. Optimize it. Get in that habit of doing this every month. Maybe you have none due, but you're in the habit of doing it. And print out your report. See, I printed it out. Once you print it out, you can see the date. But you can also, in your Downline Explorer, see the pictures of people that are, remember when we did it on the Downline Explorer? Well, we can click on those individuals and we can see the detailed data active. If you don't know how to expand this, don't know how to look at the cell in an Excel sheet, if you don't know those, get people to help you so you can understand how to do it. But you want to make sure you're downloading yours every month. That's your work list. If you hadn't done it, go in there and do it today for your first time. Get the habit started. Okay, so that's your CSV report. Gives you every bit of detail you need to know to do this skill and technique and to manage it properly. I can't. There we go. Okay, so everybody sees the CSV report. Now, what you need to know is that function of renew now. Let's go back to our downline report. Okay, and I'm going to show you right here what I'm talking about, and I'm going to pick on Randolph. He's copper, he's due. Let's say I can't read that report, but you got the report, just a simple 1 or 2 page printout that you can print, keep, okay? And it's easy. Now, you can click on him, and then you can actually see what his enrollment date is, okay? His enrollment date, when he enrolled, his anniversary date, September 10th, 2020. See, this is 30 days. He will not have a renew now button in his back office and his profile. He won't have it. It won't exist. Okay. And on the Band app, I'll have a picture up there showing you exactly what I'm talking about. And I'll be able to show you one because maybe I can pull a picture up on one here in our training. But you'll get to see also when they were last active, August the 1st. Okay, so Randy, I'm going to be talking to Randy because we're working with their group directly. So I'll be talking to Randy. And I know he's listening to this training. And so he'll be able to start looking ahead and managing this properly. So he has his renewal and he has a deferred, and he all stays active the whole time, saving himself money, keeping himself active, and getting this renewal process in a timely manner that helps other people. Because see, his renewal, he doesn't get points for it, only the person that sponsored him, and that's Mitch. So Mitch, he's going to be able to help Mitch. Okay. So, or somebody above Mitch. Okay. As long as those count as payside points. Okay. So that's what that means, that you can see this whole report in picture form, or you can download it in CSV where it's in a report form, got all the data plus what's inside of the individuals. All this data is on that printout report. So that's what's important to understand. Let's do one other thing that I'm gonna close out Pamela's, and I'm gonna log out to her, because this is also part of the how you help people in understanding their business and how it can help them. Let's say the actives, when you're going back to them, you do want to contact them, but you have your contact list who's due to renew. You want to work on that. So if you don't, you'll have a whole year to get their data. In other words, their contact information. So you have to work at that sometimes. You have to get their cell number. You have to get their email. That's how you're able to contact them. Maybe there's somebody in your group where you also know their sponsor by this process. So you and your sponsor, their sponsor will have their contact information, because they were sent an email from the company with their phone number and email address and name when they enrolled and they were in their holding tech. So it's a process, and those of you that work on it early, anticipating renewals to come up, collect the data as it comes. That way it's not a big job. It just becomes something you know that's going to happen. Okay. So how do you handle, or talking to some people, let's say they've been active, but they haven't been building the business. Okay. Now, you'll go in and you can see their dashboard, and you can show them their points. And this is when they haven't sponsored anyone, but their renewal's coming up. They got to renew now. Now this person doesn't, but look, this is going to this person and show them they got all these points because they've just been a customer. And all their points have been going over here every time they bought something. So when it gets to 450, that's the magic time that they can put their brother on this side and their sister or aunt or uncle or son or daughter on this side. They can even pay for the memberships. They get a $500 check. Theirs get to be a member to look and see. Remember, that's a trial membership. And so the commission paid for the memberships, and they come out $100 ahead. They're already buying the product. They're already going to renew. So why not do that? So we want to really stage their renewal at the right time, so they become active just by enrolling a new person. That starts your activity all over again too, remember? So I've got more than just renewals in this training here, and why it's so integrally important to optimizing your check, and more importantly, the people on your team that's building. And if you keep doing this, you're going to get to the situation that I'm in. It doesn't matter to me if they process them all on the 1st. It doesn't matter if they process them all on the 8th. Doesn't matter where y'all renew. It doesn't affect me monetarily. And so you'll all get to that point. But what you want to do is optimize your and your team's checks in the process, So you got to understand how important renewals are, and don't just say, oh, it's a year away. No, you need to be working on it as soon as you really are building and you've gotten your own boarding. So this becomes an integral part of everything you do on a monthly basis, because you got a monthly function to start performing. Learning how to get that report, learning how to develop and get that information, learning when your network is due to renew. Only your team and only your pay side is all you're worried about. Those are that you've already been in the business for a year. Those who've been in the business for 2 years. Those who've been in business for 3. It becomes even more important. Because if I showed you the statistics there of your renewals and you're letting all that money flush, instead of getting it into a pay week where you have your lower auto savers, like the 8th, like the 21st and the 26th. See, because we can show people, oh, I'm sorry, I already did that. I wanted to stay on dashboard, because we get to show people on their own dashboard what we're talking about, how many points are coming up each week. And so if they start getting points coming up here, they're going to make a check, and they may not even find the person. It's a person who finds a person who finds a person. They can start making a $500 check for the rest of their life. How is that possible? Well, if they've got their business family pack, and that's a family member, that they're in control of that account. And then who wouldn't buy 3 coins every month at about what, $375? At 125 every month, and pay a renewal fee of $900, $499 for your premium, and $199 and $199, of $900 a year, to make a $500 check every week. Who would not do that? And you're accumulating wealth. You're getting 3 coins instead of 1. So if you're paying for the coins, you'd want them shipped to you, right? That's pretty powerful. So it's your daughter, your son, your brother, your sister. Put them in, and it's no obligation. They can get 7K Advantage benefits. They can get the healthcare benefit. They can get all the other benefits. They can order some bullion if they want, send it to them. That's fine. But if they don't want to order the coin, you will. Okay, so that's the bigger picture here, everyone. Yeah, this person could never build an organization that would produce this, but that's the benefit of this comp plan over any other comp plan ever in the history of this industry. There's the bigger picture. And it's your job to be able to open their eyes to see it. Maybe this doesn't happen next year, 2 years, 3 years. Maybe it only happens 5 years from now. But if they're not fishing, and if we're not teaching them about the QR codes and car codes and helping them, it's your job, if they're in your group and you're sponsored them, to communicate this to them. And you can use my videos to help do that. Okay. That's your job, to communicate this to them. Okay. So we get that benefit to really help us try and encourage them to understand. We do the same thing with the inactives, but the inactives are going to have 0 points here, 0 points here. It's going to be 0, 0, 0, 0. Why? They're just a member. And so they won't have a Downline Explorer typically if they're inactive, unless they had a premium membership. If they had a premium membership, then yeah, they got a Downline. They can see this, on one of their sides. Well, that's what you want to show them, because they could have never built. They had nothing to do with building it, but it's built underneath them. Now, do they want to take advantage of it? And with your help, you'll team up, you'll help them learn how. And they just got to do what? My system, make a commitment, do some learning, You got to learn anything you do in life. And so, and they can accumulate wealth, get 1099 tax benefits, and develop a $500 or more income weekly for the rest of their life over the next few years. That would be worthwhile preserving. And the products are gold and silver. And we're a proven company now. We're not just, hey, we're just getting started. No, it's not a concept. It's not an idea. It is a growing giant, a silent growing giant that all of a sudden is going to emerge just like Amazon did. Boom, the magic dragon, putting everybody out of business. This is so powerful. It just, you've got to understand what's going on here. Now, I am going to log in and try and pull up a couple of pictures here in the end here. Let me go to this. I want to just validate that I'm going to just show you again. This has not been, yeah. Hey, with the few people that we're working with on Pamela's right side, that's the only thing but we're working directly with those people anyway. And they've gotten this training, most of them. And now we're just fine tuning that training. We're already doing that with them. We already know, hey, well, who's renewing. We're already getting a plan when they renew. We've been doing this because that's what I teach. Well, just to show you, okay, this is my, you can look down here, 8/7/22. There's the date right there. Okay, that wasn't even midnight. That's the points I have on my pay side. Okay, I get my max pay. What I'm doing, it doesn't matter when you renew on these weeks. To me, even the weeks that my auto savers don't cover 7,000 points, that doesn't matter. I've shown y'all week after week after week that none of that matters. Do it, because here, look at here. There's the 8/13, 14,000 points. I only get paid on 7, but 8/13 that fell in the week of the 8th, right? Okay, that's this week. Okay, so it doesn't matter what happens. It isn't going to affect me. That was earlier. Okay, now you saw what it was. Then I look at these things. Here is 7/3, 29,000 points. It ain't going to affect me. And I've shown people it ended up being 30,000. Okay, and here's 9,500 on that date, 6/26. Okay, that's the 26th. That's not even the first. Okay, that's that week. That's that week autosaver week, right? 9,500 points on the cycle. Okay, so that's enough of that. That's just showing you that what I'm trying to teach you is trying to help everybody make their check bigger. Not about me making a check bigger. And the very few that we're working with Pam, that's what I want y'all to be doing, like we are doing with Pamela's team on her pay side. And then on her strong side, on her bank side, like me, we're teaching all of the leaders that's on our bank, you need to be doing this because it's your pay side and your people you want to help. That just brings more points into our bank side. Okay, but it gives them the same tools to work with their people. Now remember, okay, and I'll post this when I put it into the band app, the picture of and I may as well, yeah, let me just go into it right now, show you the profile page. Let's see, we're gonna, I don't want to go into his profile page. We'll go into my profile page, so I'm not showing anybody else's. The ones that allow me to get into their back office and trust me, there are a few that do that. very frank, you know, like my wife for sure. Okay. And see, here we are. Look, it even went up from what I showed you earlier because I took a picture of it. I wanted to show you. So this is today. This is 13. This is one of those weeks where I only had 4,400 and see what I'm talking about? Only had 4,468 points that processed on the 8th during this pay week. But look, that's what I'm telling you. Doesn't matter. All these, I have 5.5 years worth of renewals. I have new business coming in, and I have people. So each one of these weeks, they go well above what I get paid on, and enough that I could get paid on executive or presidential executive on nearly every week. Okay, but I'm not there yet, but I will be soon. Okay, so let's go into my profile section. I'm going to show you that my renewal is not there. Okay, here's my profile section. It's just like yours. You're going to be able to see, you know, you were a member sent. That's not your anniversary date. They're just telling you November 2016. But I've been a member since the 15th of November 2022. Actually, I joined on the 16th. Why it says that? Well, it's mountain time is why. I knew what time I joined over here because I called George later and told him we're going to have a meeting at his place Friday night on the 17th. And you'll see his and Woodrow, everybody's is on the 17th. But the key is there's no renew now button here. This is where it shows up right here. There is no renew now. I can't renew early. My renewal date, it will be on my anniversary date is November 15th, 2022. So on November 1st of 2022, when we're coming up, bingo, a little button should pop up right there. And it'll say renew now, and I can click on it anytime. But I don't have anybody upline to help benefit. Everybody's got all my points upline on their pay side, all the way to the top of the company. So I can just renew whenever I want to renew. When am I going to renew? I'm going to renew based on my auto saver. Okay. And so that's what I'm going to do. But you should be working with your sponsor or your upline leader that you're on their pay side. And then when they ask you to click that button, you click that button. Okay. But you should be looking at planning your renewal based on your auto saver. Now, what if your auto saver and the time your upline wants you to process or in a little bit in conflict? Maybe you want to do it next week, but they need you to do it this week. Do it with them. You owe it to them. You owe it to them. Why let them flush 350 points when they need another 150 points on your renewal to get a paycheck this week instead of it going to loyalty points? You help your sponsor. You help your upline support leader that gives you that call and said, I need you to do it this week. I need you to do it now. Would you please? Well, that's your turn to give back. Okay. And so this is where it shows up. And now, once again, the rule, so everybody understands. Your renew now button will not appear until 15 days before your anniversary date, and your anniversary date is written right there. Now, the things you have control of during the period of time is your renewal options. Maybe you want to renew not in a standard, but you want to renew in a premium. So if yours is set to renew in a standard, this is what it will look like. You would select that, you would save changes, and it says you're going to renew in a standard. okay? You remember, if you need your downline report in your building, you don't want to renew as a standard. You want all those twos. You want your $1,500 worth of your membership, and that's what you get if you're building. You want the premium. So if you came in with a standard, you can renew as a premium simply by selecting that button, Renew Now, as a premium. And when you do that, I've got to say finish, so I had to make my screen small and bring back to my back office. And it now will say your most recently renewed, your most recently standard membership will renew as a premium membership, but it doesn't automatically renew on that date. The company will process it on the first of the following month of this month if you do not click on Renew Now. That's our current policies. This will be the update on renewals. It'll be the prime training video on renewals. And so get everybody in your teams to watch this, to understand it, for you leaders to teach it, because the leadership is about teaching others. People teaching people, people helping people. That's what it's all about. And since I did show and talk about income, everybody knows that I have to show one of our most favorite things in our business, and that's our 7K income disclosure that we want everybody to look at and to see and to understand that this company didn't have to produce it. 85% of our members are just members. They're basically customer. But man, look at what the rest of us 15% are making, because we're sharing the benefits of membership. And we're not selling anything. We're selling prosperity from and savings and security. That's all we're doing. The people make their own decisions. And if you really want to make an income, you do my system. You make sure you start people off this way. Right here, this piece of paper, and recognize they got to learn. 2 years. That first 2 years is just learning. You get to earn while you learn, and you get to accumulate wealth in the process. And what do? You do a simple job description. I tell you everything you do, but you got to commit 10 hours. And then we teach you, how you do left and right, because you have a left or right team, and you're going to be part of somebody's left team or right team. And it's a teamwork business. And then you're going to have a bigger team on one side that you got placed on than you will in yours in the beginning. But what's fun is if you can make your team become bigger than the team that you were in, and then you flip-flop, and what was your bank side becomes your pay side, and now your team becomes your bank side, and now you're over here working, helping these people, and you already got to know them in the process. Oh man, how sweet it gets. And we tell you, if it takes you 1 day, 1 week, 1 month to go through 12 months, like Bob, like some people have done in this business, it's just joined it, like PSI team, okay? Where they don't have, yeah, they do. Some of them have that many members on their team, okay? So here we go. If it took you 12 years for this to work, hey, you're working in a 60-year plan. Social Security don't pay you $500 a week. So if it took you 12 years for this to work, put in the time, put in the effort. You got to be working at it every day. Some learning skills, attitudes, techniques by doing and listening and learning. That's why attitude's important. But when you get these 3 beliefs and they're in you, because you're part of a force of good, people helping people, people teaching people, good things they never were taught about gold and silver, about their finances, about the economic system of the world in an understandable way. And when they have a belief in what we're doing, member direct marketing, a 22nd century new business, when they have the belief in the business building process as I teach it, well, you can do the one the company did, or you can do the one that is the most successful in the company that teaches it. And this is it. I just showed it to you. Some pieces of paper and that job description. And then when you believe that you can do it too, oh, that's when it's all going to change. Because see, other people will feel that from you, that internal belief that you have. You'll be able to knock down walls you didn't think you could ever knock down when you believe you can do it. When you believe you can do it. If it's to be, it's up to me. It's the person you look at in the mirror. No more, no less. It's in that screen on that income disclosure that we're supposed to each time. Oh, did I pull that off onto another screen? Don't tell me I did that. I always like to end with that screen, but I got to find out if I put it somewhere else now. Oh, heck. Sometimes these buttons, when you're using a mouse, it'll click an X when you don't want an X clicked. And I think that's just what I did, is I clicked off of it and it's gone and I can't find it anymore. So let me get it up. I got to have that as an end screen when we end this training, unfortunately. I don't know how to get those things onto videos and all that stuff on YouTube, and this is going to be a YouTube one. So just bear with me for a second. Let me get that sucker up there. Training documents. Oh, where is it? Growth strategies, PDF, 2022, 12/21. Gotta open it back up on that screen. There we go. How about that? I did that pretty quick, but y'all can't see it yet, I know, but you will very shortly. And I apologize for having to do this mess. There it is. But I want to stay in compliance with the company, everyone. And so, and I know you want me to too. And so, since I talked about incomes, we encourage you to visit the link under the description of this video. You'll find it, and you can click on it and you can get the full PDF. I encourage you to read it. No incomes are guaranteed by me or the company, but just look at what all the rest of us have been doing, and you can too. Thank you for your time and attention. I love each and every one of you, and I hope you see what I see and understand what I understand. Because you too can have a free life financially, living in a lifestyle powered by gold and silver, the 7K way.